in his life. Now, if you know anything about the book of Daniel, you know the story of Daniel, and I'm not going to go through all. He was in the lion's den, and how he slept with the lions. I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I'm talking about how he got into the lion's den. We know the whole story about the lion's den. But what inspired me about this text is that he prayed, or he had a prayer life before he got in the lion's den. And when he was placed in the lion's den, Daniel didn't have to change a thing. He just had to keep doing what he was doing, and that was praying to God. I'm almost finished. So life is made up of a series of moments, and at any given time, things can change from better to worse. In a moment of time, change can happen in all of our lives. But at the end result, we can still say that prayer still works. In the midst of change, prayer still works. Daniel now, who's an Old Testament saint, was a praying servant of God. He's a wonderful example of someone who was sustained by prayer, and as well as protected by prayer, in good times as well as in bad times. He was sustained by prayer. Now I told you that the law had been already signed, and for 30 days they tried to stop him from praying. But Daniel was committed to God in bad times. And I want to tell every one of us today that yes, times are bad, but we need to stay committed to the God that we serve in times like these, because we can still say that prayer still works. Daniel had three choices as he went home. He had three choices. And this is not the learning point, amen. But he had three choices. When they said you can't pray no more, he had three choices he could make when he got home. His first choice, he could have obeyed the law and not prayed. He could have went in his house, closed his doors, and said, I'm not going to pray. And humanly speaking, that was probably his safest option, because the devil was still watching to see what Daniel was going to do. So his safest option, and remember I said, humanly speaking, his safest option was to go in the house and cook him a steak, baked potato, and go to bed. That was his safest option. But Daniel chose to do something beyond his human options. He made a choice to still be able to talk to his God. The second choice that Daniel had, he could have closed his window and prayed in secret and hid his faith. But Daniel said, you're going to know what I'm doing. The Bible said Daniel went into his upper room. And can I make a suggestion here? Every one of us ought to have an upper room, somewhere we can go and talk to God. The Bible says he went into his upper room, and Daniel didn't close his windows. He was doing what he had already done. Hey, help me somebody. Amen. The Bible says he went up into his upper room, opened up his windows toward Jerusalem, and he prayed. Amen. Never let or allow anything to stop you from praying. Now, somebody will say, well, why did he do it? Why he didn't just close his windows? Why he didn't pray in secret? Why he just didn't go in his house, close the window, pull the shades, and just pray? Daniel did not hide his faith. He said, I'm going to let you know who I believe in. I'm going to let you know that I believe that God is able. Christians and the church, we shouldn't be hiding our faith in times like these. We should be standing up everywhere and telling people that the God that I serve, that he is able. So Daniel's first option, he could have just stopped praying. His first option. His second option, he could have closed the windows, prayed in secret. But Daniel said, I'm going to show you who I believe in. His third option was to trust his powerful God and to continue to pray. So that's the choice Daniel made. Daniel said, I'm going to open my window. I don't care what you say, but I'm going to keep on praying to God. 3 points, and I'm out.